For shame. For shame indeed. Well, now we have even more compound. Hello everyone, Thranxes here, and welcome back to Astroneer Episode 8. So when we left off in the last episode, we had just landed on the desert planet, on the Arid planet here. And it's pretty neat. We chose this location for a reason, but the first thing we have to do is we have to set up a base. Unfortunately, we have these tumbleweeds all around to give us trouble. But that's okay. We're just going to put our first base down right here. Bingo, bingo. Save our progress. And now we're going to head back. We're going to head back and we're going to go gather some supplies. Alright, let's get back on our ship. We still have plenty of fuel. We have a little base marker now. Okay, so with our little shuttle here, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to the Terran planet while it's still in our range. We've got to work a little bit with the range in this game. There we go. Now we just need to find our base here, which should be along the equator. The poles are actually to the left and right instead of the top and bottom, the way the camera orients you to the planet. But we should be right along this middle zone here. Just gotta wait for our markers. Yeah, you see the clouds, you know you're getting close, because that area is actually loaded into the memory a little bit. There you go. There's our base. Okay, so let's go back to the base. We'll gather together all of our supplies, and then we'll check on the research as well. Okay, we still have one research going. Well, that's better than nothing. What are we going to need? Resin? I dare say we're going to need resin. We're going to make a few trips, though, so we can afford to leave some of this behind. Let's grab one tank of oxygen. We'll leave the other tank here. It's not super important. Oh, if we can find a place for it. And I think we're going to keep our soil here as well. There we go. Look at that sky. It's going to be nighttime soon. Well, let's see. What we really need... It's going to be 1, 1, 2, 3. So we'll need 4 resin. And then... Let's do a little experimentation, shall we? Because I know we're going to need compound. Actually, we're going to need a lot of compound. How's our... Our mineral extractor is not doing so great. All right, well, I believe there is some compound over here, so let's go ahead. We'll drop this resin off. Just like this. And let's see, we're going to need a printer as well. That needs copper. Okay. So we'll go out this way. We'll find a little bit of compound. That looks like resin. Oxygen. More resin. There's so much compound in the early game, but unless you intentionally stockpile it... Compound! There we go. Okay, I knew it wouldn't take long. I knew there was some over here. Excellent. So we're going to get up all of this yummy compound here. Actually, we're not going to get enough compound from this. We're going to need the mineral extractor. Alright, so one of the things that we're about to research here Well, do I really want to do all that research yet? I don't think so. Let's just take the canisters, right? And then we had a full one that we put down over there. So we'll go ahead and swap you. There we go. Okay. All right, so we'll just go down here. We'll eat some of this terrain, and we'll just make our own. We'll make our own compound by just taking all this soil. The lighting seems to be a little different in this game. Maybe. Maybe not. It's hard to tell. Alright, I don't think we need to go this far down for what we're doing, though. I think we can go back up. Alright, so we're just going to get all our materials here for compound. We're going to make a buttload of compound, and then once we have all the compound we need, we're going to go back to the desert planet and start our process over there. Which really is to go after the lithium, but not necessarily to research it. Now, I have read in the comments from multiple people saying that you can research lithium to get a lot of bytes very, very quickly. However, that kind of seems against the spirit of it, and from what I've read, there's some speculation that it might not be meant to be worth as much as it's worth, or that it could, at least in the future, get nerfed and not be worth as much. So that being said, I'm not going to depend on it, because I don't think I have to for what I want to accomplish. But also because if that's the case, and it's not going to stay that way forever, then you're going to want a backup plan. That is something that you can do when the game changes and you can no longer do it that way. So let's go ahead and just give all of our soil here. And we'll take the one compound and we'll make some more. Excellent. Now, what about our copper and aluminum situation? What's that looking like? Oh, we already had compound. Oh, I already had compound over here. Look at that. For shame. For shame indeed. Well, now we have even more compound. Can leave these canisters behind. What we're going to need now, some copper and some aluminum. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we kind of need 2 more. We need 2 more copper, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if we can get some down here nice and quick. And then as long as we can find some malachite in here to turn into copper, we should be good to go for our little journey. I know we spent all that time and we went to the arid desert planet, and now we're not even staying there. We'll go back. We'll go back. There you go, some malachite. Very easily done. I don't know if we're going to get 4. We don't even have the storage really for 4, but we can hold a third, so let's get a third. Oh, no, there might be enough for a 4th, but we don't have storage for a 4th. Well, we can get rid of a resin. Let's get rid of a resin. I would rather get the copper. Oh, no. Doesn't look like there's another malachite here to be had. Wait. One there, one there. One more. There it is. There's our 4th. Okay, we're going to leave that resin here. Let's go ahead and head back this way and then hang a right. More malachite. We already dug that out, though. So now we just need to bring 4 copper, 2 aluminum, 4 resin, 8 compound with us to the desert planet, and we will be ready to go. So let's go ahead and start with that. Let's see. We're going to need to smelt this malachite. So we'll do that. Not the laterite. Let's get that laterite off. Malachite on. Perfect. Thank you. 1, 2, and we'll grab that extra resin. Bingo. Okay, we should be ready to go now. If not, we'll know pretty quick. I did make extra fuel, right? Good. Look at that. Let's get our shuttle all fueled up. All right, perfect. Now we go back to the Arid planet with all of our resources. Hopefully it'll be in range. Now, if it's not in range, we can jump to the radiated planet, the Mercury planet of this system. There must have been another update. Stuff definitely looks different. So everything's sort of out of range at the moment. Like, everything. So I'm going to go ahead and wait till something gets in range. I'll bring you back in a minute. Okay, there's our radiated planet in range. So we are jumping over to that. We should have the fuel for an extra jump. That's not a problem generally. The radiated planet almost always puts you in range of the Arid planet, unless I believe it is completely opposite, which it is, but it won't be for long. The radiated planet actually rotates around the sun incredibly fast, but the day-night cycle is very long because it's almost tidally locked rotation-wise. All right, there's our Arid planet. So we'll re-navigate over to it. Ooh, flew really close to the sun there. Ooh, be careful. All right, here we go. Here's our Arid planet. Now there is our base, and I believe that drop zone there is for us. I'm pretty sure. In fact, it's coming right up out of the middle of it, so we're going to select it before it disappears over the horizon. If it's not, and we have to make a correction, we should have enough fuel to make a small correction. But it looks like this was our spot. Indeed. Okay, good. Now, let's do what we were going to do. And unfortunately, I did not bring enough resin to do it. That's okay. We were full on storage. So we'll deploy one from here. And then what? I should have 2 more resin, right? Right here. Okay, and then for this one, we're going to make... we're going to make the medium printer? No, we're going to make the vehicle bay here. All right, let's go ahead and deposit our aluminum. And then at this point, we're going to go ahead and drop off our copper. Even though, oops, getting power here should be relatively easy, but we need to bring some solar panels and a generator. So we're going to have to make another trip back to the Terran planet. What we can do is we can go ahead and leave our compound here. Make sure our inventory is empty. Okay, and now we can just head back to the Terran planet and gather more supplies. Okay, it's starting to come back into range. That took a little bit. Let's go back to the Terran planet, get the rest of our supplies, and then we can finally talk about what the plan is moving forward. Oops, let's not get spun around in a circle and get all dizzy. We're going to finally talk about what the plan is. You may have already figured out it's not a huge secret, but I have been somewhat secretive about it, so as not to give it away, but it's going to be fun. But we need more resources. Alright, and it looks like all of our research is done over here now. So now what we'll bring is more compound. We actually might need all that compound after all, turns out. No, don't point at it. Take it with you. With us. Okay, thank you. Now we're going to grab a second oxygen tank. And we're going to need a... Let's see. Actually, you know what? I think this compound is actually going to be brought on the storage section here, which also has the resin that we need. And then we can just bring all the tools back with us that we need. So there's our storage. So we'll leave the compound here, actually. We don't need that much compound. We are going to need 2 more aluminum. And then we're also going to grab up the canisters that we've got laying around, the empty ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to need a 4th right there. We're also going to fuel back up. Ooh, which we don't have a lot of fuel. Interesting. Do we have more ammonia? Maybe we have some leftover soil in the mineral extractor. We can make some. We do have a little bit left over. Not enough to get anything done, unfortunately. Let's see. I'm having trouble locating my solar panel. Oh, the solar panel's on the vehicle. Okay, so let's go to the vehicle. Wow, look at the sky. Everything. There must have been an update with the graphics. Stuff does look different. I'll have to check on that when I get there. And no, we're not going to bring that. We're not going to bring that. Instead, we're going to let's get some more ammonia. We're going to need some. We need the fuel. So hopefully there will be some fairly easy to get ammonia in here. Which I think there is. I know there was some over here. Did we collect it all? We might have collected it all. Well, there's some. It's not going to be a lot, though. Not enough. Let's connect back to the line, top off our O2. Now we can always check on this side, maybe for some more ammonia. Could also be taking the soil to make our own. I guess we might as well do that. That might be faster than looking for some. I think if we go through this wall, it'll connect to the other path. So let's see what happens if we just go through this wall here. I do love being able to just terraform everything. Kind of thought we would have busted through by now. We just sort of have this long tunnel going around. Okay, let's head back. This isn't working out. Oh, wait, that's something over there, isn't it? No, maybe not. 2 tanks will be enough for some ammonia. Alright, let's head back. We gotta get back to the desert planet. Oh, we fell! There we go. Not a problem, although it's going to be a bigger hazard now, but that's okay. Hopefully once we get ourselves set up on the Arid planet, coming back to this planet will be a thing of the past, at least for a while. But we need to get ourselves situated on the Arid planet, and it doesn't make sense to grind everything from the beginning when you have all these resources here to get you started. Alright, let's grab our canisters back. And let's make some ammonia. How much are we going to get? 3? I'll take it. That's acceptable. Look at that sunrise. 1, 2, and 3. Put the original back there. Now at some point we're going to want to bring that tray that has all of our resources on it for future use. There you go. Let's make some hydrazine. Oh, look at that. The moon and the tundra planet went by each other. No, that's got to be the exotic planet. I was going to say the tundra planet gets much closer than that. Okay. There we have it. We are hydrazined up. Actually, we're going to leave that there. That is an extra canister. And in fact, if we bring those 2 extra canisters with us, not only can we leave these 2 behind, we can bring more resin, which is actually what I want to bring. I don't think we have that much extra resin here. We brought everything we had. We don't have any more that we can print. Okay, that's fine. What we have will at least get us started. So let's head back to the Arid planet. Once again, a little bit back and forth this episode, but unless you want to rush for the large shuttle, and even then you might need multiple trips. Multiple trips is sort of a necessity. The only other alternative is that you grind up from the beginning. Wow, look at that. Look at the detail on the moon. You can really see the craters and such. All right, let's go to the... Oh, we missed the radiated planet. Son of a gun. I was running my mouth. We could go to the exotic. That might put us in range of the Arid. Let's see. Let's see what that does for us. Ooh, the exotic planet. This one has tons of research. The exotic planet's really neat. Unfortunately, it's not in the plan. Oh, it was too slow. We didn't get there. That's okay. We are at least still orbiting ahead of the Terran planet. So we might catch up to the Arid planet at some point. Alright, we got back to the radiated planet. We're going to be in range of the Arid planet soon. As you can see, though, the radiated planet is generally in range of most anything and comes in range of anything very quickly, so it's a wonderful jump point in between stops, which is why it could be beneficial to have a hydrazine area set up on the planet, but the planet itself can be a little challenging. Alright, so we're going to head over to the Arid planet. Yeah, I don't remember space looking like this. They must have done something. All the atmospheres look a little more detailed. Alright, there's our base. So we did all this back and forth just so we could get situated over here with something very specific. Alright, we've got our resin. So now let's go ahead and here we're going to do another building. Alright, let's get our solar panel up so it can start giving power to everything. Nope, not there. There you go, solar panel's providing power. Now over here, are we dealing with a storm? We're walking around kind of like there's a storm. No, but there's a ton of wind here. But I brought the solar panel. Let's see, we built the vehicle bay, so over here we're going to need the medium printer. Wonderful. Take this copper, we'll give you your medium storage. Oh, look out! And that solar panel will slowly but surely give us everything we need. To set ourselves up. So now, as you can see, the sun appears to be staying in the sky. And if you look, the little band of stars that's normally splitting the sky is sort of traveling around us in a circle. That's because we're all the way over here on the pole. Now, over here on the pole, you get a lot more sunlight on this side of the planet. Now, on the other side, you get a lot more darkness. That's because the sun itself is offset ever so slightly from the planets. And that means we're going to be able to do something pretty entertaining. And that is, we're going to go to the land where we have perpetual sunlight. That's right, we're going to go to the spot on this planet that will always be exposed to the sun. Oof, look out for these tumbleweeds. They'll get you. Alright, it's going to take time for that little bitty solar panel to power everything up. Over here, we're going to need... Oof. This is where the copper needs to be. I'm going to need these canisters back. And we'll take our O2 tank and put it here. Beautiful. Now, while that solar panel is doing its job, let's look at new stuff to research. So the first thing we're going to research is the boost mod, an augment for our terrain tool. And then we're going to grab the wide mod, also an augment for our terrain tool. It's the alignment mod. I didn't even look to see if they added in anything new. I didn't read anything about anything new, though, so I'm guessing they did not. Yep, looks like it's all pretty much the same. Same as it was. Okay, so let's see what it's going to take to make these mods. So the boost mod is just a resin. Oh, that's so bothersome. That's okay. That's all right. Boost mod is our resin, and we can't really do that. The wide mod is copper, though, and we do have an extra one of those. So let's go ahead and we'll make the wide mod. And then what the wide mod does is makes it so that our terrain tool affects a wider area. Is that storm going to miss us? I think it will. Alright, looks like it is going to miss us. So to augment your tool, you pull it up like this, and you grab the mod, and you slap it on the side. When it lights up green, that's how you know it's working. And as you can see, it's a much bigger area. So that's what it's like with the mod. That's what it's like without it. So pretty significant difference. The big change, though, the thing to be aware of, is now my terrain tool is actually going to cost me power out of my pack. And of course, solar panel is not getting anything over there, so we'll put it here. There it goes. Still can see the sun. Alright, we're going to build an open one seat. Ooh, look out! Look out! Here, let's move the solar panel over here so we can direct our power to this device. Almost there. It's struggling. And now we're going to make a habitat. Because this is not really our base, if you haven't already figured it out. We've got to go inward. You can see the sun is getting a little lower in the sky. That's because we're not there. We're not at that magical place yet where the world changes and it's always sun. So we're going to have to work our way towards there. So we have 1 copper extra, 1 compound extra. No, we have quite a bit of compound extra. Unfortunately, we don't have any extra resin, but that's okay. We're going to leave this stuff here because we'll be back. Our shuttle is here after all. So let's go for a drive. Now where we need to head to is the low part of this disk that's orbiting around us. As you can see, up here is sort of the high part of the disk. It appears like it's slowly drifting up, and then it peaks, and then it's slowly coming down. I'm talking about the disk of stars. You can see the orbit of planets, how it's on this like rotation, and the sun is not quite at that rotation. So it looks like the low point is going to be in this direction, so we're going to start heading in this direction and trying to stay in the sunlight as much as possible. And hopefully this will take us... Ooh, look at that. That's a new research. I don't think I've seen that before. That's exciting. And another one. That's not research. Hold on. This is research. What is this? Just some big rock that goes down into the ground. Interesting. Okay, well, let's continue. Still pretty sure the lowest point is going to be in this direction. And as we drive closer and closer, the sun should get higher and higher in the sky. Now, the disk of stars and planets that's rotating is not... Oh, hold on. Is not what you're trying to align yourself with as far as the sunrise, because remember, the sun is offset from the planets. But it's a good marker. So if we go this way... We absolutely do have sunlight still. But we might be looking at nighttime over here. Let's head over this way. This is pretty good. We're still getting solar readings. The disk almost looks horizontal, not quite. You can tell the planets actually got at more of a slope now, because we're not trying to get to the true pole. We're trying to get to the place where the sunlight is always touching. And so for that, it's going to take a little bit of finesse as far as letting the sun orbit around us and just making sure that we have daylight at all times where we're at, because that's where we're going to set up our area to get tons and tons of lithium. And it looks like that's... What is that over there? Is that coal? That looks like coal and lithium, or maybe it's just lithium. I don't know. I thought lithium was always in the gray areas. A lot of resources here, though. But that's going to be the end of the episode, as I have to let the sun rotate around to see where exactly, if at all, it ends up being nighttime. So this has been Astroneer, episode 8. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good time watching, because as always, I've had a good time playing. So come back next time as we continue to work on getting up our base that's going to have infinite solar power, because the sun will never set. But until next time, take care.